What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we have a brand new Xur Location and Inventory review for the weekend of February 10th to the 13th. And so, let's get started. Now, first things first, Xur is going to be located in the Watcher's Grave on Nessus. Alright, let's take a quick look at what he has. Firstly, in terms of exotics, we have the Saros Regime, not a battle auto rifle here, the Knucklehead Radar, it's pretty average, but actually a relatively decent roll here with mobility, recovery, and discipline. Then we've got the Ursa Furiosus here, not a bad exotic, but wow, that is way too much mobility, like almost 20. And then we have the Starfire Protocol. Guys, the Starfire Protocol is meta. Like, it is genuinely incredible. You can do some incredibly high DPS builds with this thing, getting that extra fusion grenade. It actually looks like it's getting better next season because of changes to fragments and build crafting and so on. The only problem is that 18 mobility is ridiculous. Like, I don't know why Bungie loves pumping mobility into all this stuff. You do get a little bit of discipline, which is obviously great with grenades. If you don't have one, 100% pick it up just to have for builds. But again, this is not the best roll. Okay, moving on from there to the weapons. We have a triple tap Osmosis Dire Promise. Kind of meh. We then have a rapid hit golden tricorn Aikilos. Honestly, not the worst right here. In fact, we have a extended meg plus rapid hit plus golden tricorn Aikilos here. This is actually a pretty good roll, especially for PvE, and even in PvP, the 20% damage bonus can definitely matter. The only problem is that this is the newest version of the Aikilos hand cannon, and you might as well just craft it yourself and make the perfect roll you want, especially because you can get a red border every single day until Lightfall. But then we have the, whoa, we have a brass attacks here, okay? A good 2-round burst aggressive frame, and we actually have threat detector plus 1 for all. This is unironically a very good roll. Like, for PvE specifically, threat detector, you know, it's present on the OG Aikilos SMG roll, like it comes up quite a bit. The Callus Mini Tool threat detector roll, like this is a pretty decent perk. And then 1 for all is one of the best ways to increase your damage within PvE. 35% damage increase, and even on higher level content, because you don't need to kill the enemy, you just need to shoot them, you can get that damage increase pretty easily. So yeah, if you don't have a good brass attacks, honestly a great pickup here. Then we've got, a hollow words here, and we've actually got under pressure plus vorpal weapon. Let's see hammer forged. We got hammer forged for the range. We've got a charge time masterwork here. That's going to slightly reduce the impact, but still. Then we've got, we've got particle repeater for the extra 10 stability. And then we've got under pressure, which is like phenomenal. One of the best perks you're looking for a PvP like fusion rifle roll. And then vorpal weapon, yeah, you could do a little bit better, but still extra damage against supers is nothing to scoff at. This is a great PvP fusion rifle roll. Like, definitely if you don't have one of the ones that Xur sold a while ago, like this is a great one to pick up. Okay, hold on a second. Oh my goodness. Today is crazy right now. This is a great ignition code, honestly. Okay, so we've got blinding grenades, which is good. Not just good, actually. This is great. You should have a blinding grenade launcher for the kinetic slot and the energy slot. 100%. They're fantastic. Then this one has field prep. Now, field prep generally not the best, but it is going to come up. You know, just more ammo overall is pretty useful. Demolitionist is top tier. Like, Demolitionist is fantastic, being able to get more grenades, and remember, it instantly reloads your weapon. So with a grenade launcher like this, you can shoot a blinding grenade, chuck a grenade, and instantly shoot another blinding grenade, which can be very useful. If this was slide shot, I'd be absolutely freaking out. It is still a great pickup. Okay, we're on a roll here. And the roll continues, man. Like, I'm telling you, we've got magazine size increase with enhanced battery, right? And then we've got clown cartridge, one of the best perks in the entire game. Like, this is what you're looking for often with linear fusion rifles, massively increase the magazine size, and then frenzy. So it's like, yeah, vorpal weapon it might technically be better because active all the time, but Frenzy really isn't going to be too hard to trigger. It's going to offer actually more of a damage bonus than Vorpal, so if it's up the whole time, it also increases your reload speed, which can matter quite a bit. Like, this is a pretty decent linear fusion roll, like, honestly. And then, guys, finally, a weapon that isn't really that good. Demo, Grave Robber, a Lonesome, but wow, like, genuinely decent Achilles Hand Cannon, decent brass attacks. Well, actually, I would say good brass attacks, good hollow words, decent ignition code, like good threaded needle. Like, all these are really worth considering picking up, especially if you're a new player who doesn't have a lot of like great weapons in the game. Let's go to the other two weapons on the other side. We do have a Hawkmoon here with Quick Draw, so stability, quick draw roll, like, not bad certainly, but not amazing. And then we have a Dead Man's Tale with Outlaw here, steady rounds, pretty mid there. Going on to the armor here, 65. Wow, that's pretty good actually. 65 with definitely the main spike being an intellect. Not terrible, like, honestly, just good. Like, this is just a decent gauntlet pickup. Especially if you're, again, like I said, a new player, doesn't have a ton of armor. This is a great pickup. You know, obviously you'd rather have this intellect spike instead in resilience, but this is pretty decent. 62, really not too spiky, and then you have the main one's mobility strength, so I'm going to skip that. Okay, like I said, the main spike in resilience here, and that's what you have. 63 overall. I'd way rather see that 7 mobility anywhere else, but dang, this is a pretty good pickup as well. This is just a solid piece here too. And then, oh my goodness, man. If this was on the Hunter, I'd be losing my mind. 66 with 30 mobility. Well, if you want to be the fastest Titan possible, pick this up. Otherwise, meh. Alright, let's switch to the Warlock. Alright, for the Warlock, let's check these gauntlets here. I mean, dang, again, if you want that max mobility Warlock, I guess you could pick these up. Otherwise, no. 61 with resilience. This isn't a bad chest piece at all. And then we've got 62 here with huge resilience, and then strength, like, yeah, all right. And then we've got, well, I mean, too much mobility. Recovery is nice. Intellect, strength. What a weird roll, but it's kind of just meh. Let's check the Hunter. All right, for the Hunter, let's check these gauntlets here. 65 mobility. Like, mobility and strength being featured is not terrible, but it's not quite as spiky where I want it to be. Oh my gosh! 28 mobility. So if you masterwork these, plus 2 to mobility, you get 30 on the dot mobility. 3 tiers of mobility just with this chest piece. Actually good. Like, this is a great pickup if you're looking to get that 100 mobility Hunter, which a lot of people are. Moving on from there, we've got 61 with a little bit of mobility, not quite as good, nowhere near as good as a chest piece. Anti-extinction set, by the way, which is definitely, if you don't have this for collections, right, like, pretty cool set and pretty cool retro set. And then lastly, the legs. Well, resilience definitely being featured here is not bad. Like, you want 100 resilience in PvE from damage resistance. So honestly, this is probably a good pickup for a lot of people. Guys, at the end of the day, wow, what a crazy week for weapons. Like, probably the most actually, like, decent, viable weapons I've ever seen being sold at Xur. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time I say that, there's people like, this won't replace my forbearance. Like, no, these aren't as good as your crafted raid weapon, but Xur is a new player catch-up vendor, and this is exactly the type of stuff that new players would love to put in their arsenal. Multiple decent weapons, capable of being used in a variety of different places. So absolutely, if your friends just started the game, tell them to get the heck to Xur. Guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this interesting. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.